Welcome to the Real Estate Show on KMED. October the 3rd is our date of 2015. Pete Belcastro with you. I'm a principal broker with John L. Scott Real Estate in Medford and Ashland. You know, with Joe, we get together with you once a week here on KMED to talk about all sorts of things related to real estate. You know, we've had some great shows on by the way, this last few months, from the sheriff of Jackson County and issues of legal marijuana, which is now, recreational sales have begun. And there's all sorts of things out there. The new RESPA rules have taken effect today. So if you put a new transaction in, expect that the new rules now go into effect, which are going to extend the time period basically to close a property. So those are just some of the things just in the last week that are out there, and we continue to go. Well, today here on the Real Estate Show, maintenance is always a big issue. I don't care, when you own a house, you may even rent it. You may have a rental. You may be an investor, and no matter what it is, properties tend to wear out during the course of their life. Who better to talk about that today for us is Will Waite, the owner of Elite Maintenance, who's here on the Real Estate Show. First of all, Will, nice to have you back with us. You were here a few years ago, I think it was, with when Laurel was here with us.
When Laurel was here, yeah. It was a really good experience, and I appreciate getting the offer to come back, Pete.
Well, it's really cool. I was telling you before we came on, at John L. Scott, every day.
Yep.
I'm not exaggerating. Every day on the listserv, the email serves around our office, and there's a lot of agents there. They ask questions of maintenance issues, maintenance. This, how do I find somebody who can do this? How do I find somebody who can do this? I need this done. I have a client. It just goes on and on and on. And I find that over time that has become. I don't want to say problem is not the right word, but it certainly is an issue out there that sellers, buyers, agents, everybody needs to deal with is maintenance, right?
Repair addendums, a lot of great agents at John L. Scott that they need a good contractor for repair addendums. Residents need a good, reliable handyman that they can count on for, the general stuff, cleaning gutters, cleaning out windows, just the general repairs and wear and tear. So we're opening up our doors to really handle residents and also property managers, helping realtors, helping investors, whether they're in Oregon, out of state, just communicating with them and able to provide a lot of quality services for them.
Now, when I first met you, and you were on before, and your business, you began your business in 2007, right? Yep. The reason I remember that is the same time that Joe and I got our real estate licenses, and the recession the Great Recession was boomed.
Yeah.
But you survived in your business as well.
You and Joe survived. Well. We survived.
Some people did.
Yeah.
Now, what I remember about Elite Maintenance was that it was you approach the issue of maintaining from a different perspective, right? I mean, most of it is I got to try to go find somebody to fix something. But you approach it a little bit different. Tell us how that is done.
Well, we offer a variety of maintenance repairs, and we like to be a one-stop shop. So I try to help the homeowner, investor, start with a problem. If it's in plumbing and it's caused issue with the subfloor, then I want to help assist that homeowner resident get a reliable plumber, reliable handyman, painter. So I want to assist them through the whole process. I want to clean up after ourselves, vacuum, from stem to stern. I don't want to leave a homeowner or resident just out there empty-handed. Like, what do I do next?
That's the problem.
Yeah, I want to be a full-service provider, whether it's remodeling a bathroom or adding value to a home, or just taking care of a resident's gutters, something like that.
In the fall, what should homeowners, what should people look out for? Because we always talk about them, trying to enhance the value of your property. There's nothing worse than when you get an appraisal bad because the maintenance in your house has been bad. So what are the things maybe in the fall that people call you about, that people should look for, the problems to avoid by just doing some maintaining of their properties?
Well, a couple of quick things in fall maybe would be addressing your heating and air conditioner, having it serviced, before, for winter. And that way, your heating system is charged, it's primed, it's ready to go. That's a simple service call for an AC technician to come out. But I'll tell you, if you did that before you had a problem, you'll be in a better situation. Gutters, you want to get to those before winter hits. So wait a little bit, maybe into fall, do the gutters, because then you're free and clear, and your water is able to make its way through. And so those are some good ones in fall.
Should people leave around if we have an El Nino, and I don't know how much rain we're going to get or whatever, if climate is changing or whatever, more rain kinds of things. People get rain in their homes, I notice sometimes, or water comes in their houses. I've heard this so many times this last year when we had those big rainstorms. Is there anything people should do around there if it's susceptible to that?
We came across a lot last year was poor grade. So the ground level would be graded in areas toward your home, which is a no-no. You want to grade it away. So your flower gardens, you want to be sure your foundation vents are clear of debris so the understructure can breathe. You want to make sure that you're graded away from your foundation, your thresholds. You don't want water entering through the door sweeps, things like that. So that was something that we really emphasized with homeowners, and we saw it a lot too on inspections.
So you do see that?
Oh yeah, we do. Improper grade levels. So that happens quite a bit.
What are you getting called on like right now? First of all, I assume business is pretty good. I mean, I don't know that for sure, but
business is good. Yeah,
okay.
We've grown. I think the area is doing good. Construction's doing good. Our infrastructure has grown. We're adding technicians. What we're seeing a lot of now, working with property management companies and investors and residents, we're seeing a lot of turnovers. If someone has a rental, they want to get a team in, which is, again, why we're so valuable, because you contact our office and we help you walk through each step, whether it's cleaning, carpet cleaning, setting up a paint, or doing drywall, doing your miscellaneous repairs, and getting your unit back into renting condition for a good rate. So
the investors who are out there, who have, by the way, bought up a whole lot of properties in this valley, as you know, in this last couple of years, investors have come back. So you actually would work with somebody like that when the renter moves out.
Yeah,
you're changing contracts. You got a new one coming in.
You got a new tenant coming in.
They're going to call you, and you're just going to go in and take care of all of that need for them and get it ready for the next renter. Correct?
Absolutely. We take care of them. They give us a call. We gain entry. We can rekey locks and basically secure the property. Turn in a itemized list of repairs, give them a free estimate, do all those things. But yeah, we're doing a lot of turnovers right now. The renting market is real strong.
It's real, as you know, the rental vacancy rate is around 1% here. So you're seeing that as well from that side.
A lot of pressure to turn it over quickly.
To get it done quickly. I'm saying right.
Owners want a quick turnaround. I mean, it's their bottom dollar, and you can't let properties sit for 2-3 weeks, and then the homeowners are wondering when are we going to get this thing rented? Because every day it's vacant, that's a dollar lost in a sense. So we work really efficiently and well with our managers and with our realtors and investors to turn properties over quickly.
When you deal with investors, what are some of the you said painting? What are the common things, I guess, that you see?
A lot of common issues: interior painting, drywall. People move furniture in and out of apartments or homes, and that couch just doesn't quite fit up the stairway anymore. Well, you're banging into things, you're scraping up walls. Trim, that's constantly getting nicked and dinged. I mean, in my own home, I'm nicking, trim up and causing problems. But we're doing a lot of drywall repairs, window screens that are ripped, things like that, doors. A lot of flooring gets replaced, carpet gets abused. We're switching out carpet, vinyl,
and that's just like normal wear and tear kinds of stuff. And what I'm hearing you say, not necessarily major things like holes in walls. I guess whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know what major things might be, but
Yeah.
it's mostly wear and tear stuff.
A lot of wear and tear stuff,
Yeah.
and that's where the management company comes in and can really help a homeowner or investor out, judging wear and tear versus abuse, because there's, a thin line there. But, nails in walls, pulling nails, filling holes, painting accent walls, things like that. But yeah, there's a lot to do there.
And it's good to hear you say, Will, that the owners of these places are hiring people like you to do this.
Yeah.
To get these places back up, prettied up, and get them ready to go for the next renter. Because I'm sure the next renter is paying a higher price for that rent probably than he was when you before the person who moved out.
Quite possibly.
Yeah.
I mean, that there could be a rent increase with the demand on rentals lately. There could be rent increases. There's definitely a lot to.
But the pressure is to do that. It's good to hear though.
Quick.
It's good to hear that investors are hiring and getting that done.
Yeah.
I think that's important that they do that and maintain their places.
They're taking pride in their places.
Yeah.
We got a lot of great clientele. There's a lot of great owners, and they're taking care of places, and we want to do a good job efficiently and affordably.
Do you do this type of work for rentals in apartments as well as homes, or is there one predominant over the other?
We really made a push this year to go to our residential clients and show that Elite Maintenance Professional Handyman Company exists. And if you have little things, lists of things that you don't have time for, that we can handle that flow of work. We started off really focusing on rental properties, turnovers.
That's how you started, right?
That's
Your
how
business.
we started
Okay.
with tenants and scheduling appointments with tenants. And there's a really big demand for the services we provide, the quality of service that we provide. And we expanded into, made more of a presence, I should say, with the residents. We got our website up last year at gotelitemaintenance.com, and so we're able to get more exposure and outreach and kind of spread the word.
Now, for people, you deal with also sellers and buyers of properties.
Absolutely.
And tell me how that goes. What do you deal with them? I'm curious as to, especially sellers, I suppose. Or tell me how you deal with them.
So sellers, they're looking like, okay, if they've got a little bit of money to spend, where do I spend it? I get a big question of, if I'm going to spend $5,000, where do I put it? And
Right.
I generally say, hey, your kitchen is the heart home. And if you can put money into your kitchen, I would start there. You can start with a facelift on cabinets. You don't have to replace cabinets, but just a facelift, new hardware, new faces on the cabinets. Keep the cabinet boxes, save yourself some money. But if you're going to spend a little and try to create that equity quickly, spend it in the kitchen and start in the kitchen is general rule of thumb from my point of view.
All right, kitchen's first there. Well, that's certainly the heart. I mean, there's no doubt. I've seen people. This is what's interesting as you have that conversation. I can hear some of our listeners over the years of this is say I'm going to sell it. I'm going to sell my house, and you say I'm going to spend some money. What should I spend that money on?
Yeah,
and that's really difficult to. It's really difficult to do. I mean, I've seen people spend thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
And the buyer who came along didn't like it, and ripped everything out, things like that. Which I've seen sellers cry over that, because
it's a personal attachment there.
It's a lot of money that you spent that you didn't need to. But that's what other areas in terms of that you see that are areas that really cause sellers problems when they're selling at the end?
We see a lot of sellers miss like dry rot, things like that. That it's just kind of maintenance that they haven't got to.
Okay.
So a little dry rot on siding, replacing siding, and not full replacement.
Where am I going to find most of the dry rot if I go around my house?
Lower.
The lower end.
Look lower usually. Yeah.
So if there's mud against my house at the bottom thing around by the foundation, that's not good.
No
Those
good.
kinds of things.
That goes right back into the grading the soil away from your home. Keep it away. Give yourself a few inches of clearance so that you don't have any earth to wood contact, as they say in the inspections. I'm sure you've heard that a few times. Earth to wood, earth to wood. It's a big red flag, and we do a lot of it's minor stuff. It's not. This isn't big stuff. This isn't replace all your siding. This is minimal stuff. Let's treat it. Let's remove the bad and let's replace it with similar material or exact matching material. Do a little color matching and caulk in your seams, and then you're on your way. We're talking minimal stuff.
And you can do those pretty. I mean, you can make those look pretty.
Oh, quickly. We color match. We find existing matching materials, replacing with existing material, things like that. We are phenomenal at like drywall patches. Someone thrashes the inside of a house. We're phenomenal at matching color paint, matching texture, repairing drywall, things like that. So, yeah, you can get these repairs done efficiently and without it being noticeable later.
Tell me about flooring, your experience, and when people are selling. Is that a big issue, you think, a lot of times?
I think so.
Carpets or hardwoods, or maintenance, cleaning them or whatever?
Yeah. Rule of thumb, you want vinyl in your water areas, like so your bathrooms, you probably want to do vinyl, maybe tile, but for a lot of rental companies, my general rule of thumb is vinyl in your water areas, kitchen, laundry room, bathroom, and then carpet or whatever the preference is for the homeowner, laminate or carpet. But carpet, on buying and selling for a seller, carpet's a nice little addition.
A nice addition. People still like carpet in some places. I'm surprised when you walk into houses and there's carpet everywhere. Yeah. Probably maybe overkill.
Yeah.
Tastes have changed, haven't they? Over the years?
No carpet in the dining room or bathroom.
No, I do that. Hey, we're with Will Waite, the owner of Elite Maintenance, here on the Real Estate Show this weekend, talking about, maintaining your rental property, maintaining your residence, keep the value up. You know that. Anyway, we'll continue here right after this on the Real Estate Show. The Real Estate Show continues here on KMED this weekend, October the 3rd. Pete Belcastro with you here. And hey, thanks for joining us. First week of October, can you believe that? We still haven't had any rain, though, but hasn't the weather been just fabulous? I told you I was in Corvallis for a couple of nights. We watched Beaver games, and the nights in the Valley were fabulous. Friday night football around here, Raider games. I mean, that's why people live here, because the weather like this, it really is... It's beautiful fall.
Absolutely.
I tell you that. Anyway, we're today with Will Waite, who's the owner of Elite Maintenance on the Real Estate Show, and he's got his business going since 2007. And what I like about Will, you started on your own. You started it from scratch, and you built your business.
Bag of tools.
Much like Terry Rasmussen and Judith Foltz, the John L. Scott brokers, were here last week, and how they built their businesses. And you've done the same thing. And entrepreneurial, I love that. And way to go! I mean, and you're hiring people, and you're expanding.
We are. It's a beautiful thing to be able to hire and help people, and with that is a lot of responsibility. So we're always on our always open for new hires and skilled hands, and it's a great feeling to have people going to work every day, and it's a lot of hard work, but it's worth it.
Yeah, I know that the home builders, for example, when Brad Bennington and some of the builders are in here, I know how they struggle to find, subcontractors. We've heard those stories in the papers and stuff. Do you have the same problem in trying to find you have skilled people with you? I mean, you just can't walk in your door.
Yeah, you definitely have to have certain skills. There's a lot of customer service involved. There's not only being able to work with your hands, but being able to communicate with residents, being respectful. It's the whole kit and caboodle. It's everything involved, and it's difficult at times to find skilled hands who can understand that there's more than just swinging a hammer or painting. It's the customer service, it's the communication, it's the follow through, it's the cleanliness, it's the prompt to appointments. It's everything involved with it.
That's a lot to it. I think when you start drilling down from what you talk about, it's a lot to it. Much like in real estate, there's so much more below the surface than you actually see. That's for sure. Well, let me ask you, how much should people, or what should a person, a rental owner or a homeowner, how much money do you tell people, or should they set aside in terms of dealing with maintenance?
Yeah.
Maybe if I'm in a new house, a new construction, maybe I don't need too much. But if I'm in older places, tell me how someone should look at that.
So it's a big question, I think, for investors and for homeowners for fixed income. How much should I budget for repairs annually? And I've heard a few general rules of thumbs would be $1 per square foot or 1% of your purchase. Okay. And there's big variables, because if you buy high, and the market's popping and everything's going good and you buy high, then it's an inflated cost. So there are a lot of independent variables such as age when you bought, how old the home is, what's been done previously. But the rule of thumb, $1 square foot would put you in a good place.
And because the worst thing is to have the weekend call where something's wrong. Usually you're
going to have good and bad years.
Up, whatever, you're going to get in trouble, and you don't want to have that money, what you're saying, have to come out of your pocket if you save some of that.
Yeah, budget. Try to set yourself aside a little bit of money, monthly, so that these costs don't creep up on you. Some years are going to be more expensive than others, but if you can set a little bit aside, it will really help you, cushion the blow if you needed a roof. It's a big expense. If you do, you're on your last leg on exterior paint. That's usually a higher dollar expense. So if you can save a little, you can kind of cushion that blow.
Let me go back into it when I'm getting ready to sell it or change over even in a rental place. Is painting, do you advise people to repaint the places?
Yeah.
It seems like that's a cheap way to get it kind of really nice.
It's a great way to bring appeal. I mean, you walk into a place that's freshly painted, you sense it. It's a good feeling overall, and it goes a long way. Painting is an interior painting and exterior painting, for that matter. They're good, inexpensive ways to create appeal instantly. New carpet is great. You can get some really good deals on carpet. I would suggest, if possible, if you're planning on selling, new carpet it's a big statement. Fresh paint, it's a big statement, because whoever's buying is coming in like, okay, good, I don't have to do that. I don't have to do that. And it gets easier as you walk through the door, and there's less that you see initially. Then as you see little issues, later down your inspection or whatever, you got the big issues that are so bold and in your face, they're done and out of the way.
What about bathrooms?
Because
you talked about kitchens earlier and how that's the heart of the house, and you're right. You can really reface things. You don't have to rip the whole thing out. You can just
hardware faces.
It doesn't have to be so expensive either, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Hardware faces. As in regards to a bathroom, a clean look is really important. I would suggest initially, when you walk into a bathroom, you look at the toilet, you look at the toilet seat. So the toilet seat is like one on the major. It's like $15 to replace a toilet seat. Replace the toilet seat. Grout that is discolored and moldy, caulking that's discolored or moldy or stained. Oh man, those are cheap. It's a couple bucks for grout. Most people, with a little bit of experience or none can caulk in their bathroom. But those are real simple ways. And a fresh caulk line or new grout in a tile shower surround goes a long, long way.
I see a lot of course, I go into a lot of homes on the realtor tours during the week, and I see a lot of remodeled bathrooms using walk-in showers, new types of tubs, and different
a lot of good product out there.
It seems to be a lot of things that a person can use and change. That's not necessarily going to just bankrupt you. I guess most of us think if I call you, it's going to cost me so much money. I'm not going to work. I can't do it.
Yeah, there's so many options in bathrooms, kitchens. Like in a bathroom, it's a small area, so you could look at the faucet alone, $30 maybe, something like that for a new and expensive faucet. But just putting in a new faucet and keeping the sink existing, it's a change. And doing the caulking, it's a big appeal. Having a new toilet seat makes you feel clean when you go into a bathroom, especially if you're a buyer walking through a home. You want to feel good. And when you walk into a bathroom and things are discolored, stained, mildew you see on the walls, that goes back to the painting. You see toilet seat that's worn and, just nasty. Those are all turnoffs, and faucets that are corroded and cloudy in the finish. A couple little things makes a big difference in appeal in your initial feeling when you walk into the space. That's really important.
Those two areas. Do you see a lot of mold in homes around the valley that you have to deal with? You do?
Yeah, we see a lot of mold and mildew, especially in bathrooms that aren't well ventilated. We do a lot of replacement of exhaust fans. We do a lot of education too. It's not so much the issues with the bathroom, but it's educating residents on, cracking open windows when you can, increasing ventilation, maybe not running the heating and air, but just turning it on so it circulates air, and just get that circulation there so that the bathroom has a chance to dry. But a lot of older homes too, 40s, 50s, 1 bathroom, 3 bedroom. A lot of people are using the bathroom. It's just kind of a different way, now, and it's getting overworked. So it needs more attention and more, you got to be aware that you've got an older home if that's the case. And, you've got to have ventilation.
Because mold is going to be found in a home inspection, probably, correct? If someone's selling the home and buying it, you're going to find it, right? And it's got to be mitigated. Someone's going to pay for it, whether it's going to be the seller or the buyer, but generally going to be the seller.
Yeah.
Going to have to pay to have that repaired.
Yeah, and why not take care of that before you have a home inspection?
Yeah.
It's little things.
Yeah. Now, we're up against a break here. We got one more to go, but I want to. You actually can have maintenance prevention, right? I mean, you actually do that ahead of time, right?
We can do that professionally, and you can also set it up as a homeowner and set it up yourself.
Yeah, well, I want to hold those thoughts there, Will, because I want to talk to you about that, because it simply makes a lot of sense to have a program in place that takes care of some maintenance issues for you on your property. Hey, the Real Estate Show with Will Waite from Elite Maintenance here on October the 3rd. Don't you dare go away. One more segment coming right back here on KMED. Welcome to the Real Estate Show on KMED. Pete Belcastro here. Hey, along with Will Waite, the owner of Elite Maintenance, on the show today. We've been talking all sorts of things about maintenance. It's an issue. It's so easily be able to put it off. Don't you think? I mean,
yeah. A lot of deferred maintenance out there.
Like my own house. I mean, I got to tell you, Will's coming down, by the way, to see it, because I need help.
We're going to take care of it.
We're talking about that. I need help. I can't do those things, and some of the work you do is pretty good. So you certainly do a lot of it.
Absolutely.
And business is good, which is what we're hearing from you today. Now, my question here: we talked about mold. I just want to say, mold is really can be a serious thing.
Absolutely.
Again, it comes up, when in home inspections and you're selling. So people do need to be, as you're saying, be aware of that situation, correct?
Yeah. Don't treat it too lightly. There's just a lot of different types of mold. So treat it, clean it up, be proactive, and just being knowledgeable.
Yeah, and if you have a problem, you can also call you, and you'll take care of those things as well. And we'll give you that information at the end of the show. Now, can I, as a homeowner or a renter even, or a landlord, I should say, can I contract with you to for maintenance of my property for the year?
Yes.
I mean, or something like that. Is that possible today?
Yes.
All right, tell me how that works. What is that? What would that do?
So you give us a call, and we'll set you up with a monthly maintenance program, annual maintenance program. We'll prioritize what the issues are. We'll discuss. I'll make a visit out to your home. This is all free of charge. This is all information that I love to share and that I love to help people with.
Okay.
Whether we can do something at Elite or if it needs to be, outsourced to a different contractor or whatever the case is.
Okay.
Yeah. I wanted my number one goal is to take care of our clients, our residents, our community.
Right.
It's top of the list.
So when you say year round,
yes.
Do you mean like you would part of it? I mean, it would be individual. If each person would be different. I understand that each homeowner would be different. But say you would come in the fall and take care of the yard kind of thing. You would come back in the spring and do that, and you would come and do say my deck or something, or the windows.
Right.
We wash the window. You can even do that.
If it's freezing weather. I mean, we've been known to come out in the middle of winter and we'll shovel snow, or we'll put down that de-ice salt and chemical stuff so that we eliminate slipping hazards. We come out in fall, clean up the leaves. We come out and clean the gutters. We'll help you find a good AC technician, take care of your AC in summer, make sure you don't get baked out there. And we can set up a lot of good programs. I can also help homeowners and residents set up their own maintenance program. We can take care of them, and it's no charge. It's just just the information.
You can say to me, "All right, dummy, you got to do this in this time, and this has got to be done around here."
Come on, Pete, why'd you wait for so long?
The older I get, the more I wait.
It's true.
It's easy to put off.
And
I can't tell you. I mean, I've been remodeling my house. Well, people know this for years. I've gotten new windows, I've gotten new doors and floors, and but it's not finished. There's a lot of things I can't do now.
You got to tie it together.
Yeah,
we talked about that.
Yeah, and so that's where a lot of people are like me. I've come to that. Found that out.
Big difference between the remodeling and the deferred maintenance and annual maintenance. You really want to keep up on the little things that are not going to cost you a lot if you take care of them regularly. And then there's also the fun stuff, remodeling, the big changes, the big bathroom remodels, the kitchen remodels. Those are fantastic. New carpet, it's a great feeling. But there's little things that you do annually that I can help establish a schedule, a system, a calendar, and help people out.
Are people tending to do the maintenance things with you? Is that something that, in terms of your business, you see that as a future? It seems to me it's going to be more and more important.
Yeah. Helping people, you mean?
Well, just getting more, I guess, the preventative kind of stuff.
The preventative.
The contracts to do it for them, lay it out for the year. I like that idea. That makes a lot of sense to me.
Yeah, because it's priorities. Every house is different, too. Yeah. So, if your home's newer, you're not going to need as much. But if your home is older, we have different issues. Do we have drainage? Do we have roots from mature trees, clogging, draining issues, things like that. So it really has to be customized to every homeowner and or resident, however. And that's all something we can take care of. It's all free of charge, and it's just the opportunity to share the information and get you on a good schedule. Yeah,
well, it's very important because, as you say, when in our real estate market right now here, as well as you see it because you get a lot of inspections going on that need help, obviously, to fix those. So you're seeing what the market is like. And, to get the top dollar, remember, we're at about 96% of the asking price is coming to sellers. And so sellers, even though obviously it's a seller's market, but the issues of repair and maintenance really because in the statistics that we share with you, we don't share with you what they had to give back.
Yeah. Or
that kind of thing, because sellers have to give back sometimes thousands of dollars in this. You've seen that.
Yeah, absolutely. Because you want your home to be presentable and try to get it move-in ready. Because the last thing a buyer wants to do is move and go through that whole process, and then they're taking on maintenance issues that have been deferred over years and years of time. And so someone is going to pay for that, and usually the seller is held up, like, hey, you got to take care of these few things that you've been putting off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Is there any kind of, you do all sorts of jobs, I assume. Agents call you when there's a repair needed in a home, got to be done in tomorrow, right?
Yesterday.
You're going to get all
it's
that,
always
don't
yesterday.
You? Yeah.
Yesterday,
yeah.
We prepare to act quickly and still be cost efficient. We think, how can we best do this efficiently? And it's all custom to budget, timeline. But Elite works really hard to, maintain a full staff and keep up with demand, both realtors, residents, and managers.
And that's where you're very unique in that you can then call you basically, and you'll come out and you'll take care of this, and you've got people on your staff who can do painting or repairing or remodeling or whatever you need to have done with that.
Over the years of networking, I've been able to align myself with fantastic, not only clients, but fantastic subcontractors. So if it's something that I cannot do in-house, I've got a great referral for a really fantastic company that's going to help you out.
That's sure. That makes sense. You can't do everything yourself.
No, you can't.
But where the
We've got a great team though.
Where the people are to do it.
Yeah.
Okay, so Elite Maintenance. How can someone find you, Will, if they want to talk to you, have you come out, and what will you do? How can they find you?
Best thing, email is fantastic for us. It's elitemaintenance@msn.com. We also have our website up. You can see a full list of services. That website address is gotelitemaintenance.com. And you can always call me on my cell phone, 541-227-9744, and see us on Facebook.
And Google and all those kind of places.
Find us.
Find you.
It's going to be worth it.
Well, your business is thriving. It's really good to hear. And congratulations. You're not going to run out of homes to work on. There's a lot of need for what you do. Will Waite from Elite Maintenance, thanks for being with us today on the Real Estate Show. That'll do it for our October 3rd show. We'll see you next week back here in the Real Estate Show with the Home Builders. In the meantime,
You've been
for Joe,
listening to
have a
the
great
Real
week,
Estate
everybody.
Show on KMED AM and FM radio, presented by John L. Scott Real Estate of Southern Oregon, along with All Cities Property Management, the Home Builders Association of Jackson County, Ditech Mortgage, the Jackson Soil and Water Conservation District, and the Rogue Valley Association of Realtors. For guest information or to watch a past show, visit us online at realestateshowOregon.com. Join us again next weekend for Southern Oregon's one and only Real Estate Show on KMED.